Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a custom set of headlights. I've already finished the headlights. I was editing this video and I figured out I forgot to make an intro. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a set of 10th gen headlights. We're going to open them up, add some halos, and do some custom painting on them. So anyway, guys, stay tuned. Rewind back to last week when I started on these. Alright, guys, so let's start the second one. I just got it stripped and ready to go in the oven. Get the clips off. Sorry for the dirty screen on the camera, but whatever. Have our clips right here. I reuse these to try to keep them as risk-free, if you will, as possible. Try not to show you all the one that I already have done over there. I gotta do just a little bit of fixing on it with the paint and whatnot, but the way the guy wanted these painted is very tricky. I actually made this little cardboard template that I can stick in there and help with painting, but it still left a little bit of nastiness along the edges, so I gotta fix that up here in a minute. But I'm gonna get this guy in the oven and we're gonna bake it. So I'll leave this clear wrap on here that they put on. I'll leave that on there until I get ready to stick it in the oven. That way I don't have to worry about fingerprints or scratching the actual lens. Okay, guys, so while our oven is warming up over there, I went ahead and prepped this halo for installation, I guess, by removing the connector here. So these guys are kind of finicky to get apart, but I did get it depinned, got that all apart, which is what Lighting Trends recommends that you do. And on this headlight, the way that Lighting Trends does their wiring, I'm not a fan of, just being honest. The wiring comes right out this end of the halo. So on this one, I had to make a big nasty hole to be able to fit the connector, because I've heard a lot of bad things about depinning these. You have to be very careful. But on this headlight, the way the wiring comes out, it comes out up here in this corner, and there's a tower there for the mount. So I can't make a large hole in this one for that guy to go through. And I'll show you on that one. I don't really like it. It's not how I would want to do it, but I guess it is what it is. To be able to fit this connector through. So on this one, I'm gonna make a large hole here on the side. You can see that right there. I'm going to fill that in, obviously. And I have here a couple different kinds of sealer, and I have this retro rubber from an old headlight job that I did a couple years ago. But this is gray sealer, so I'm going to use this to fill that hole in, because that gray sealer will kind of blend in with the chrome. But like I said, on this one, I didn't really have a option. I had to depin the plug and all that stuff. Well, there's the oven. So I'm gonna go ahead, stick this guy in the oven, get it baked, separate it, and then we'll make our hole here for the halo. Lighting Trends says that you can do a 1/4 inch hole. Part of their little booklet here that they give you on these halos. You can see there they recommend depinning the plug, not the halos. And it says somewhere in here something other about a 1/4 inch hole. So that's what I have on our drill here. It's a 1/4 inch hole. What I did on that one is I did 3 drill holes So 3 holes, and then took the tool that I used to cut my tail lights open. Sorry, I'm trying to find this on here, but I took my little tool that I got in there and opened the 3 of them up. But anyway, I'm going to put this headlight in the oven. I got it set at 225. So I'm gonna get this plastic off of here and get this guy opened up. Okay, so here I have that one's just put in the oven, set my timer and everything. But on this one here, as you can see, it's painted up and everything. The guy wanted to leave inside of the circle here chrome. So I had to get creative. And the issue with these is they have this like serrated type of edge. So you can see over here, the tape doesn't do very well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little fine detail brush and I'm just gonna clean up here with some more white paint. But all in all, came out pretty decent. You can't see over here, so it wasn't as bad over here as it was over here. But clean this little edge up right here, these 2 spots, and we'll be ready to go. I haven't stuck the halo yet, so it's just kind of in there. But one more thing that I don't like about the Lighting Trends halos is the way they mount. I know there's not much that you can do, but they're almost kind of too small. So you can see a gap here, a gap over here. It'd be nice if they were a little more curved here and over here. And with these, the only way that I can mount them is pull the double stick tape off, stick it here, which is fine. Stick it, have the double stick tape from here to here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my epoxy that I got, and I'm going to put a little dab of epoxy up here in this corner and over here in this corner where they touch, like so, just to kind of hold it in place. Over here, I'm not worried about it, but over here, I do worry about it moving a little bit. So that's kind of the deal there. Got to figure out. Whereas, like my old Starry Night halos, they actually set right here. Not perfectly, but they set right here. But the bad thing about those was they interfered with the lenses up here. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm gonna let this one sit and off gas for the paint. That way, if you've ever seen headlights where they have this weird like oil slick on the lens, that is from the paint off gassing. So if you didn't know that, now you do. But I'm gonna let these off gas probably for a couple days before I stick them back together. But I am going to get this halo mounted today where I want it to be. I could push them all the way over, but I want them to be kind of centered. So that might make a little more work, but it'll look better in the end. But anyway, that's that. This headlight should be ready here in just a minute. I'll pull it out, get it separated. But we're moving right along. Okay, so headlight's just about done, but I'm gonna give you all a little tip with these headlights as soon as I pull that one out of the oven. But I got this here on our table, that way I don't scratch the lens while I'm working with it. But these come apart very quickly, and also I have this guy here. Fold this down and get our glue catcher ready to go. If you're opening headlights, have like a flathead screwdriver or something so you can catch the little strings of glue. But this will be ready in a minute. I'll pull it out and we'll get it opened up. Okay, so this just come out of the oven. It's very hot, and I'm gonna make this quick. So you can take your pick stick in this corner right here between the lens and the housing, and you kind of push it up and give you something to get your fingers under, since these lenses have a lip right here. So that'll help your life a little bit, make life a little bit easier. All right, there we go. I started a song right after I just finished filming that little clip there for y'all. So less than 2 minutes I had these open. About halfway through that song and I was done. But here they are. Like I said, you can take one of these little picks, put in here in this corner. Do not pry on it, but just kind of wiggle that pick in there, and you can move up a little bit, and that'll help you. I see a little string there, a little string of glue, but that'll kind of help you get to where you can have a little bit of a fingernail, so you can get your fingernail in there and pry it apart. And then you can also hang on to this this tower here for the adjusters. So you get pretty easy. Well, just for me anyway. I've done several headlights, y'all know this. But I'm gonna take this guy, I'm gonna put it in a box face down. That way we don't worry about any dirt and stuff getting in here. I literally just set it down. So I'm gonna put this back in a box. That way, again, we don't get dirt in here. And then we'll start making our holes in the headlight here. Okay, so now that I have that lens boxed up, that's what these two boxes have in them, is the lenses. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our halo, and I don't like to touch the face of the halo. That's just personal preference, I guess. And also don't touch the chrome. Do not touch the chrome if you're not going to paint it. Because if you do, you're going to leave smudges, and you can't really wipe this chrome because it will scratch it. Unless you be very careful with a microfiber, a very clean, brand new microfiber. You can't even use alcohol on these. Alcohol on these will take the chrome off, and I'll show you all that here in just a minute. So I'm going to be painting this section here. So that's why I don't care about fingerprints or whatever else. But it is very easy to scratch. So anything in here, I'm not going to touch. But anyway, we have our halo in here. Like so. Let me move that wire. So you set it in there. And we can see where we need to make our mark, which is going to come out right in there. So I didn't really want to have the wiring coming right out the top, but I guess we don't really have a choice. It's either that. Alright guys, so I just made our hole here for the halo wiring. That should be just big enough for those pins to slip through. But you can see that hole right up there. Now, like I said, all this stuff in here, all the shavings, we can take this to the shop, blow all of those out, get them all out. And then this is that stuff I was talking about. So I could say what I think this looks like, but I'm not going to. You can use your imagination on that one. But clean all this off the table because I don't want it to get everywhere. And that's why I have a trash can right under the table here for doing these. But this is a messy process. Probably don't recommend doing it on your kitchen table, but hey, it works. And then we'll take a microfiber and we'll clean that up. But I am going to test fit our halo and make sure everything does work the way they're supposed to, or the way I think they should. And then we will go from there. I will say, everybody has their own different opinions, but I will say I wouldn't recommend this if you haven't done these before, because this is pretty, I'm not going to say it's hard, it's kind of tricky. figuring out where to run this, what to do with that, so on and so forth. Depinning plugs and all that kind of thing. Again, it's not hard. You just kind of need to know a little bit about what you're doing. And I'm no expert by any means, so don't get that confused. But I've done a couple headlights, couple different setups and whatnot. So this is definitely not my first rodeo, but I'm gonna do all this and see how everything works out. Alright, so I ended up walking that out a little bit with that drill bit, but you can see it comes cleanly through the back here. Wish I could have done that with that one, but oh well. I guess I was kind of scared to do it about depinning these plugs, but now I know. But anyway, we're gonna make that one look all pretty and whatnot. It just takes time to get there. But I need to open this up a little bit. So you can see there it's kind of wadding up the sheathing. So pull this out, probably move up to, what is that, 930 seconds? Yeah, so move up to 930 seconds. Might walk it out a little bit, just give a little wiggle room, and I'm going to throw sealant around that anyway. But it comes out pretty cleanly here, so yeah, I didn't want to do it out the top, like I said, so that worked out pretty well. Now I can open that out and it'll let the halo sit back a little more freely. But pull all this back out, move up again in the drill bit size, and test fit it one more time, or 2 or 3 more times, or whatever, and we'll make any adjustments that we need to. Alright guys, there we go. So I've got the wire tucked up in there. I'll need to trim off that double stick tape there. Seems like all companies put double stick tape all the way up over the wiring, so trim that off probably about here. We're gonna be good to go. Fits in here good. It's fitting up flush right here. You can see that right there. I'd push it a little bit, not very much. And then as far as our hole back here, we're looking good. Now there is some heat shrink tubing like this on here, so I might need to trim that up a little bit. That way it can come through a little more, because it is holding up the halo just a tad bit. You can kind of see that right there. So work that around a little bit and we should be good to go. But I'm going to sand these up, take them down to the shop, blow them out, come back, and I was actually going to show you how isopropyl alcohol will take this chrome off. But it sands off pretty easy, so I'm not going to waste all the time in isopropyl alcohol to do that. But I will show y'all that real quick. Alright, so first things first, I was going to show y'all how to clean microfiber. You can see that's pretty clean. You can scratch this chrome. Look at that. Scratches for days. Now, like I said, I'm painting that, so I don't really care. But now I'll take some more isopropyl alcohol here. Pour on our microfiber, like so, just a little bit. And I'll show y'all. Y'all can watch how it dechromes it. Takes a little bit, but you can wipe it for, a little bit. Be helpful if I had 2 hands. I can hold this headlight, but it does dechrome the headlight. You can see it right there. So it's eating the chrome away. Pretty interesting. I know a lot of OEM headlights, it's like a, yeah, you can see that there, how it's literally eating chrome. But I know a lot of OEM headlights, they're not actual chrome. They're coated with like an aluminum coating that gives them the mirror finish. But I don't know what these are, especially since they're aftermarket. But that's pretty wild how it just kind of eats the chrome away. But like I said, I'm gonna sand these with 320, so that cuts it down pretty quick, and it'll get it ready to paint. All right, guys, so we got them all sanded up. Got them blowed out. You can see there. So we're good to go. A little smudge right here. I can clean that up here in a minute. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my tape and lay out around here, around the lip of this ring right here, and then set my little cardboard template in there and tape it up, make sure it's all good to go. Okay, guys, so I just got it all taped up and ready to paint. What I did, I took my tape here and I run outside, and you see it's sticky here. So I run the thing outside all the way around the lip, or the inner circle. And then I laid my little cardboard template in here. I had to do a little trimming on it to get it to fit right. But then after that, I just took tape after I had it where I wanted it and taped this to the outside tape, so it's all good to go all the way around. And then down here, I took my X-Acto knife and I cut the tape off right here. That way, it's a nice line, nice edge. This sticking up here, so it's a nice edge all the way around. And I left little tabs like this, and I left this all up here. That way, when I get done painting it, I have something that I can grab and pull the tape off. So anyway, I'm gonna move the little table out here, get this guy painted. I'm not gonna film that process. I've done that a couple times already, but I'm gonna get this guy painted. You gotta be careful because it's hot. It's super hot already, and it's not even 12 o'clock yet. But we're gonna get it done. Need to do a little more sanding right here, but other than that, we're just about ready to paint. All right, guys. So I got the headlight painted. I got 2 coats on it, sorta. But I'm just gonna open up the door just for a second. Yeah, look at it. Looks good all the way around. So I'm gonna let it sit about 10 or so minutes, and then I'll come out and check it again. But it is so hot, that's why I got it off over here in the shade. Had issues yesterday with dry spray, and as y'all know, I had issues with the emblem with dry spray as well. So this one didn't turn out bad. It's got a little bit of dryness to it, but on this emblem, I had some dry spray issues with it because it was too hot the other day. But trying to get these out, get these done and off to the customer. That way he can have them as quick as possible. With the whole COVID deal and everything, it's already kind of taken longer than I would have liked to it. The guy doesn't seem to care. I guess he understands, you know, the whole COVID deal. But I'd like to get him his lights as quick as possible, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I'm gonna let those sit up there, and like I said, about 10 minutes or so, I'll check them, see what they look like, and then I might start sealing the halo up on this one, mount the halo and whatnot. Tonight, I don't know. I kind of don't want to mess with it because I just painted it yesterday, about this time yesterday. So I kind of want to let it sit and the paint cure. That way I don't monkey it up. But we'll just have to see how everything's looking. It's dry. I mean, you could touch it right now. I just don't want to make any impressions in the paint. So I'm gonna clean up the table here, cook some lunch, and I'll give you all an update on how the paint turns out here in just a little bit. All right, guys, so I just threw what should be the last coat, but these are looking real nice. So I'm gonna let these cure for the rest of the day, and I'll probably pick back up with you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, so I intended to leave this out there to cure, but Mother Nature had other ideas. It's sunny and pouring down rain, so I'm gonna take this in here and set it in my office where it's not as cool as it is here in the living room, and I'm gonna let it cure. I think with them being warm and the paint curing and bringing them in the cool and letting them dry is probably not a good thing. So I'm gonna take them in here in my office. But the paint on these turned out pretty well. Not the best when they got rain splatter on them. So we'll just have to see how that turns out. But I want to go ahead and untape them. That way they don't get too dry and we have issues peeling the tape. So they're pretty dry to the touch. But like I said, on that one, I don't want to leave any impressions in the paint. So being very careful on taping this guy, because I don't want to mess anything up. But I'm gonna untape this real quick and I'll show y'all what it looks like with all the tape removed. Okay, so there we go. Have to clean up these edges, same thing as that one, Nature of the Beast. But this one, the edges come out pretty good. Got a little run around there, and then these two here, and that's really it. So these look pretty good. So like I said, I'm gonna take them in there in my office where it's not as cool as it is here in kind of the main part of the house, and let these cure out until tomorrow. Then we'll come back, we'll set the halos and everything. I just want to make sure that they're good and cured before we mess with them. Okay, guys, so I got this over here all plugged up, looking a whole heck of a lot better. Got the halo stuck, it's where it's gonna be. And it's got fingerprints all over, don't worry about that. But also put a little bit of this clear adhesive I got here, up there in the corner. That's drying right now, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Need to put the cap back on this because it's pouring out everywhere. But I'm about to move on to that one. I got the halo placed where I want it, or in the general vicinity of where I want it. I got the wiring run out the back. You can see there. There's that heat shrink tubing that I was talking about a while ago. It's kind of getting in the way a little bit, but I got pulled down some, and then also on this one, I tucked up the heat shrink tubing up to the wires, and same thing on this one. That way you can't see them. And so I'm about to go ahead and stick this halo, get it where it's going to be. Put a little bit of this up here in this corner on the halo itself, and let that tack up. That one should be dry here in a little bit. So I'm gonna let them sit. I'm not gonna mess with them, so I don't want to smear that stuff everywhere. But yeah, it's still tacking up. So I'm gonna go ahead, stick this halo, get it where it's gonna be, and again, put a little bit of that up here. That way it'll give the halo a little bit more support. All right, guys, there we go. So as you can see there, the halo is stuck. That's where it's gonna be. We got some that clear grip up here. So there it is. Both of them are stuck. Now, like I said, I'm gonna let these off gas again a couple days or so, but I'm going to go ahead and seal this up real quick. So what I'm doing, I've done this on a bunch of lights, but I have here our Butyl sealant, our gray retro rubber, same thing I used up in here, which actually made that a lot nicer. But what I'm doing, I'm taking this, I'm heating it up. There's a big ball of it, but heat it up, and then I can work it around here. I would have liked to have used wire glands, but wire glands, I didn't know how they would work out with just one set of wires coming through, especially with this sheathing that Lighting Trends uses. Now, wire glands are nice, but I didn't think they would be appropriate in this situation, especially having tight spaces like this. So I'm gonna go ahead, heat this up, and then I might go over them with some epoxy just to kind of smooth it out and make it look better. I don't know quite yet. I'll just have to see how this comes out here, but I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll show you what it looks like here in just a minute. Okay guys, so here we are. I just got this buttoned up with our sealer here. So again, it's not the cleanest, but I'm learning. So hey, if anybody sees anything on here that I could have done better or done different, let me know. Drop a comment. I'm learning. I'm willing to try new things. But this is just how I did these, you know? Hey, there we go. I'm going to throw this up on both channels, the lighting page and my personal page. So, hey, if y'all see something that y'all don't think is right, let me know. Drop a comment. It takes like 2 seconds. And, hey, who knows? I might give it a shot and see. But these are hardened, not going anywhere. This one, I'll put a little more on this one because it's still not drying up. But anyway, there we are. Let these off gas again for a couple days, and then I'll throw the lenses back on them and we'll be set. But I probably will go ahead and repin this plug for this one today. This one, y'all know I left the plug on that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and repin this plug. Luckily, I took pictures of it before I took it apart. That way I could see what side of the plug which wire goes. They're gonna go like this. So you got green, red, blue, and black. But I took a picture that way I could see which side of the lock, what color. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then I'll plug them in, test them, and I'll show you how they look. Okay guys, so it's a couple days later, and if y'all are hearing that, he's on a meeting, but got this in here, sealed up where it should be, cleaned up the paint edge, and I took it back past the halo, cleaned that up down through there, and ended it right over here. So this one is ready to seal back up. I'll wipe my fingerprints and stuff off of it, but after I wipe it down and get everything cleaned up, we'll be ready to reseal it, and I might take it back to the shop and blow it out before we reseal it. Okay guys, so I got it all blown out in there. Alright guys, so I got it all blown out. And I went ahead and put our gray sealer in. You can get black sealer, you can get gray sealer. I chose gray. It wouldn't clash as much as with the white. So started at the bottom, nice all the way around, and then met back here. It's a little thick down here, but I'd rather have a little too much than not enough. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick this back in the oven. Be careful of your wiring. But I'm going to stick this back in the oven, heat it up 220 again, and then pull it back out and stick our lens on. Alright guys, so again, he's still in a meeting, but anyway, I got the headlight all sealed up, put the pressure clips back in, it'll focus, but 1, 2, 3, and 4, and these suckers are sealed. And I'm gonna tell you, this is pulling these together to put these pressure clips on, these suckers are tight. But I'm gonna leak test them before I ship them out. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take them over here to the sink and run water along the seal here. And that's why I put the seam for the seal down here instead of up top, because water is not gonna sit down here like it will up here at top. So with that being said, this one is finished. And I'm also gonna leak test back here where the wiring comes through. Should be sealed up very, very well, but I wanna make sure before the customer has a problem. I'd rather see it here, and then I can correct it while it's here, obviously. But I'm gonna move on, get that other one sealed up, and start leak testing these guys. Alright guys, so you can see here I got them all boxed up. About to head to the post office, get those mailed off to Florida. But yes, we're driving the blue truck today. 6 O's in the shop. We need an oil change. It's down there. But anyway, I leak tested them. One of them was fine. The other one leaked, so I pulled it back apart, leak tested it again, and it checked out fine. So we should be good to go. But I got them finished up, boxed up, and we'll be headed to Florida. All right, guys. So I'm here at the post office. I just got them shipped out. Gonna get a, the guy told me to come out here, wait, and he'll bring me my tracking number to send to the guy with a receipt and all that. They run out of paper, but whatever. Anyway, the headlights are finished up. I'll throw a picture up here, or a couple pictures up here on the screen of the finished product, how they come out, all sealed up and whatnot. But it was like probably 11:30, almost 12 last night when I finished them up. So I didn't film. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be all for today's video. Sorry if this was a super long video. I just wanted to kind of make this video. I am gonna throw this up on both channels. But if you are looking for a set of headlights, custom headlights, drop a comment down below or DM me on Instagram. It's the same username as this YouTube channel, applies for both channels. So let me know, shoot me a DM or whatever. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope everybody has a wonderful day.